You can feel it in the air, the pressure, the tension, the sheer unpredictability. With just 2 match days left, the Premier League's race for the Champions League is bowling over. And right at the heart of the storm is Villa Park. Aston Villa versus Tottenham. Emery versus Postecoglou. Watkins versus Son. One team looks to seal a historic top-4 finish. The other desperately clings to their European hopes. Welcome back to Beyond the Box Score, where we don't just talk football, we break it down. Let's set the stage. Aston Villa sit 4th, just 2 points clear of 5th place Tottenham. But here's the kicker. Spurs have a tougher final day against Sheffield United away, while Villa face Crystal Palace. This is the decider. Villa win. They likely secure Champions League football for the first time in the modern era. Tottenham win, and everything goes down to the wire. A draw, chaos, pure Premier League chaos. And that's just the beginning. Villa come into this with wine in their sails. They dismantled West Ham 3-0 last week. Watkins with a brace, Diaby dancing down the wing, and Douglas Luiz pulling the strings like a seasoned conductor. That win made it for unbeaten. And Emery's men have now won 6 of their last 7 home matches. At Villa Park, they're a different beast. Tottenham, meanwhile, are limping into this one. A 2-0 loss to Manchester City reminded fans of their fragility at the back. Before that, a nervy 2-2 draw with Newcastle, and an unconvincing 1-0 win over Burnley. They've taken just 7 points from their last 5, hardly the form of a team chasing 4th. Historically, it's been a tight contest. In their last 5 meetings, Villa and Spurs have split the wins. 3 victories for Villa, 2 for Tottenham. But crucially, Villa have won 2 of the last 3, including a huge 2-1 win at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium earlier this season. Ollie Watkins was immense that day, and guess what? He's even better now. Let's break down the likely setups. Aston Villa under an eye. Emery have embraced a well-drilled 4-3-1. Expect Pau Torres to slot back into central defense after injury. Partnering Konsa, Dine and Cash will likely start offering both defensive cover and overlapping with Douglas Luiz and Kamara, or possibly Tielemans fit anchor the midfield, giving freedom to Emi Buendia or Zaniolo in the 10 role. Up front, it's the dynamic trio Diaby on the right, Leon Bailey or Bakayoko on the left, and Watkins spearheading the line. Tottenham go with Postecoglou's for 3-3. Vicario starts in goal, with Van de Ven out injured. Radu Dragusin partners Romero, and that's a potential red flag. Tidro Porro returns on the right, while Udigi holds the left. Dasumo, Madison and Lo Celso will likely marshal the midfield. Up front, it's Son through the middle, Kulusevski wide right, and Johnson or Perisic on the left. Madison's return is a big boost, but it might not be enough. Aston Villa are still without Jacob Ramsey, while Yuri Tielemans is listed as doubtful with a minor groin strain. The good news? Pau Torres is back and fully fit. He's critical to how Villa build from the back. Tottenham are sweating over Richarlison, who is ruled out with a muscular issue. Mickey Van de Ven remains sidelined. His absence severely weakens Spurs' ability to play a high line, something they struggle without. Tidro Porro and James Maddison are back in full training and should start, but rust could be a factor. Here's where the numbers tell the story. Aston Villa have scored in 11 straight home matches and averaged 2.1 goals per game at Villa Park this season. Watkins alone has 21 league goals and ranks 3rd in expected goals among all Premier League forwards. Diaby leads Villa in assists with 9, often unlocking deep blocks with precision passing. Tottenham, while electric going forward, have a real problem at the back. They've conceded in their last 11 away matches and have the 6th worst XGA on the road. Son remains lethal with 19 goals, but he's had to do too much on his own in the absence of consistent support from Richarlison or Kulusevski. Possession-wise, Spurs average 58%, but Villa won't mind that. They've thrived against teams who try to dominate the ball, hitting hard on the counter. That's Emery's game. Absorb, strike, punish. Now, let's talk odds. According to DraftKings and OddsShark, Aston Villa are narrow favorites at 2.45. Tottenham are at 2.80, with the draw priced at 3.60. Over 2.5 goals is heavily backed at 1.73, and both teams to score sits at 1.61. That tells us one thing: goals are coming. And if you're looking at any time scorers, Watkins at 2.00 is tremendous value. Son is at 2.20, but Villa's backline at home has shut out stronger attacks this season. The game will be decided in 3 critical matchups. First, Watkins vs Romero and Dragusin. With Van de Ven out, Spurs lose pace and anticipation. Watkins thrives off movement and chaos, and there will be chaos. Second, Douglas Luiz vs Maddison. Whoever controls the tempo between those two will dictate the game. Maddison's creativity is vital, but Luiz has been quietly one of the best midfielders in England this season. And third, Diaby vs Udigi. Diaby's pace and cutting runs could shred Tottenham's left side, especially if Porro pushes too high and leaves gaps behind. After analyzing the stats, reviewing form, checking injury reports, and evaluating tactical setups, there's only one outcome that fits. Aston Villa take this. Aston Villa to 2-1 Tottenham. Watkins opens the scoring. Spurs claw one back through Son, but late on, Douglas Luiz sends Villa Park into delirium with a thunderbolt from the edge of the box. 3 points. Champions League dream alive. This is the kind of match that defines seasons, that makes legacies. Will Emery deliver a Champions League finish? Can Postecoglou keep Tottenham in the fight? Don't forget to like and subscribe.